Yes, we're welcome back to AFTV. Join us for the preview of Burnley versus Arsenal. 3 p.m. kickoff this Saturday. Will Arsenal play Burnley off the pitch and rip up the turf? Or will it be more set pieces as Scott Parker's the boss on Saturday? Ooh. We're flowing. Birthday week. Birthday week. Listen, you had to go at me. See, we're getting big ups in the background. It's my birthday week. Got a nice little outfit. You had to go at me for the jeans earlier. Do you like this? This outfit's nice, isn't it? You like this one?
You look like a cotton bud.
Oh, fuck. That's a good one to me.
I like it.
Thank you, Finkus. Thank you.
It looks comfortable.
See, we're looking
by
fresh.
Johnson & Johnson, are we today?
He's on fire today. All right, let me. Now I feel like a cotton bud. Let me take this off. Let's get the Arsenal win. There we go. Get the badge in. All right.
You're just a stick now, like.
I was quite hard pushed, sorry mate. Bit better by that. All right, let's do this. Burnley, we're coming to this game. They're coming to this game obviously off back-to-back wins.
You're going to enjoy being up there, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching it.
You're not going, I take it?
No, it's my special birthday, big birthday for me. First time missing a away game in a while. Gonna miss that. I'm gutted.
Do you think Saliba would miss his game of Burnley for his birthday?
I don't think he would.
No. Do you not think? Do you think if he went into the office and says, Mikel, like,
me big birthday,
yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know how you got away with it like that.
I like that you're comparing me to Saliba because you must think I'm a valued member of the team then instead of like, one of the bench players. I'll take that.
How old are you turning?
25.
No, he ain't.
I'm 25 forever. I'm 25. Right, we're here to talk about Burnley.
He's not going to be in his 20s no more. Let's just put it that way.
Getting old. Burnley, like I said, Burnley coming off this game after back-to-back wins. They did just lose, actually a couple weeks ago, lost to Liverpool 1-0. Tight game though. It was that last minute, like 95th.
Difficult game for Liverpool.
It was. Do you think there's any chance, we'll go with you, Lee, and we'll come to Matt, of an upset? I know I look as an Arsenal fan and feel so confident right now, but I looked at the Palace game before and thought that we're probably due a slip-up. Never came. Feels like Arsenal feel different this season. Can Burnley cause an upset, or is there not really any hope of that, considering we've been flying?
It's a game of football. It's 11 against 11. Anything can happen, so there's always that opportunity. And for me, I can't emphasise how big this game is. This is bigger, big game, Russ.
Burnley away, Lee. Come on, mate. Come on, you're going a bit, you're going a bit over.
These two games coming up in the league are massive because there's a chance that we can extend our lead, and that's a massive thing. And I think that if we can get not 6 points. I'd like to take 9 from these last 6, but anyway, take 6 points from these next 6 points from these next 2 games. Mm-hmm. I think it's massive. I really do, because we know that either Liverpool or Man City are going to drop points when they play each other. There's the potential that they could drop points in that, and also we're going in to bat first, putting pressure on. I think it's massive.
I mean, he makes a good point. I think when it comes to Liverpool, I say he makes a good point only because Liverpool obviously have Villa away. Liverpool, which is a potential slip up. Villa been really good. Obviously, Man City as well. They've got Real Madrid in between that. So that's why you're kind of saying. But I think Burnley away. But like I said, I'm coming into this game quite confident as an Arsenal fan. But is there any chance of a slip up? The reason why I'm asking this question because people, fans, will be like, "Come on, Cecil, it's Arsenal. We shouldn't be slipping up at this stage." But Burnley do score goals. We haven't actually lost them in a while, but they've scored in every game, bar that Liverpool game at home. So they do score goals. In the last 5, they've scored in every game as well. So is there potential of that, or is Arsenal too good?
Obviously, we're going in confident, but this is a Premier League team. There's no easy games in the Premier League. And like Lee was saying, these 2 games, I'm not going to think about Sunderland. All I care about is Burnley. This game, every game, feels like a bit of a final for us. And these are games where we weren't as good as we are now. A couple of years ago, we look at the teams, City and Liverpool, that were challenging, and you'd see them go to places like Burnley and get the job done, and you'd be so envious how they can just go to these Premier League grounds, whether it's Burnley or Everton or whoever, and just do the job. And I think that Arsenal are a team now where we do expect to go to Turf Moor and do the job, but it doesn't mean to say that it's going to be easy. Of course it's not going to be easy. Burnley are a big team. Yeah. I think I heard Robbie say it earlier. They don't pretend to be anyone that they're not. They know that they're sort of scruffy.
Yeah,
and they're going to get
they know their
frustrated.
strengths.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for us. Who knows? We might go out there, batter them 5-0.
Like last season?
Like a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't think we will. I don't think we play that style anymore. I think it's going to be a bit cagey. We're going to be all about control, as we usually are. I expect us to get it done, but I'm not looking at any game this year thinking, yeah, we'll wipe the floor with them.
It's good. It's good to hear as an Arsenal fan, because I think sometimes in our families we can swing one way, swing the other, and get too overconfident. But with this Burnley game, sometimes people get a bit overconfident. Some people.
That sort of confidence. Oh, right, that sort of swinging we're talking about.
Yeah. Hold the drink in.
Close call.
Yeah. Don't want to hear about your weekends, Lee. Let me go to.
I'm going Burnley. Don't worry about that. Where are you going? That's what I want to know.
I've been partying. I've been enjoying myself, but definitely not swinging. I've lost my train of thought now. You can throw me right off track. Jesus. I was gonna say, listen. Don't watch loads of Burnley. I'll be completely honest. I'm not a Burnley fan, so I'm not an expert on them. But I actually looked at their stats. I watched some highlights. I watched their stats before I came here, and I saw that every game they played this season, every game in the league, they never had more possession than the team that they played, ever. Even when they won the games, they still have less possession. So
ever.
This season in the league. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, in this league, this season, even the games they've won, they haven't had more possession than the team they play against. So they're likely to not have hardly any of the ball when we go up there, which may play into Arsenal's hands. But you're probably going to see them obviously sit into a low block. I was just kind of thinking about how angry I'd be personally as a fan, because if we lost this game or drop points, because there shouldn't really be an excuse, because we saw in the last games that, and you lot have all said it's the Premier League, you never know what can happen, but we've seen that Arsenal can do corners and score from them. We can score by going direct, open play. I know we heavily rotated in the last fixture we played against in the cup against Brighton, but we have that as part of our arsenal, excuse the pun. So we should be able to, even if Burnley do sit in a low block, we should be able to beat them. Is it that simple?
Yeah, but the pressure's on Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a game where, listen, I think that credit to Burnley, credit to Leeds, and credit to Sunderland. They've all given it a really good go this season. Like, you have a look at last season, all three teams were already doomed before Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a massive fight from all three teams. And I'd be honest, towards the end of the season, they're going to be in the battle for it. But they look at it today and go, look, we've got points here, we've got points here, got points at Wolves. If we can. Anything we get from Arsenal's a bonus. So there's a thing where I think there's fans at this moment in time will say, do you know what? Arsenal will come into town. I can accept us
free. So they're not thinking free hit. Their fans aren't thinking free hit. They're thinking at least go for it. Because last season we actually beat them on the 17th of February. We beat them 5-0. So they're thinking. Do you think their fans are going in saying? They wouldn't want them to go for it. Sure,
look, a free hit for them is if they would be to say, right, we go toe to toe with Arsenal. They're not going to do that. Yeah, they're going to come in. They're going to sit back in there, and what they're going to look at, and the longer it goes on, Arsenal are going to have to listen, we're dropping points here. Like, we've got to make mistakes. Like, go forward too much, and we can hit them on the break. That's what I see is going to happen. So. I feel that if they was to get a point from this game, that would be a fantastic, huge for them. 3 points, even bigger. So they look at it like that, So they set up their stall, as you say. They're setting it up like that anyway, and they're going to go right. Come and break us down, If we get an early goal, that will take the pressure off a little bit. But the longer it goes on, the more us as fans and the players will get a little bit more tense and whatever, So, listen, these games worry me. These are I never worry against a team that goes toe to toe with us. It's these sort of games where you get caught on the break. You have a look at Crystal Palace last week. I felt we was cautious in the first 20 minutes because if we go a goal down, it's going to be even harder to win a game. So there'd be a little bit of cautious with Arsenal as well. So I don't expect it to be a goal fest like it was a few seasons ago. I don't expect it to be an open game. I expect it to be a very, very difficult game. And one of those things that, maybe a set piece that gets you through. I don't know, but I'm nervous for these games. I don't like these games.
I cannot stress how important it is for us in games like this to get the first goal early on as well. You look back at that 5-0 game that you're talking about, Odegaard smashed one in early doors and the floodgates open.
Yeah.
If it's half time and 0-0, I'm sitting there thinking,
Yeah, teams grow confidence when it happens.
It's not even that, it's just, if it's half time and it's 0-0, they will play for a draw. They're not playing to win the game anymore. You know, we need to get that first goal and we need to get it quickly because then it will open up and then maybe we could go on and batter them. But we don't want it. You don't want the clock to start ticking and then thinking, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Clock watching. You don't want that.
No, it's the worst. So has this game got like a boring, low block sort of game written all over it, or can Arsenal, emphasis on Arsenal, can they do something to change that? Can they make it different? Can they bring on did you see now, because after that game against Brighton, I'm like, we can mix things up, we can cause teams different problems, ask different questions of them, or is it going to be what you've seen week in, week out in the league from Arsenal, where it's possession based, we suffocate a team and we just have to wait for that opening?
Listen, if Burnley come here and open up, right, they're mad. You know, like Atletico Madrid done it a couple of weeks ago after we got the goal, and look what happened. You know what I mean? So they're not going to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're going to sit in a block. Hopefully, like they're not actually playing to draw the game. They're actually like playing to nick a 1-0 to hit things on the break. And at the end of the day, you know, Arne Slot was saying he don't like this and all that. Like, that's what you have to deal with when you're at the top. Like, you know what I mean? Teams will do that, home and away against you, and you've got to be good enough to be able to break it down. Over the last few years, there's been times when we've not been good enough to do it. But this season, I sense a little bit different. Like, you know, when even like last week, even against Brighton, they had their chances and all that. Like, once we got the goal, things changed. So, listen, we just got to be patient. Don't do nothing silly. I don't think it's boring when you say that, being patient. I think, you know, but why put ourselves in a position where we go 1-0 down and then like they've got even more to fight for? You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think it'd be an open game. I really don't.
Concerns about the attack or not from Arsenal? As in, like, because he just said they'll get the goal. Everyone's like, get the goal, be patient, get the goal. But we have, I don't know, the narrative is that Arsenal will struggle to score goals, even though, you know, we've been scoring goals. But that would be a narrative that people that don't follow the team week in, week out. So is that a concern? Because that, like you said, I've sat in stands and felt that pressure. The more the game goes on, that first goal doesn't go in. That is a worry. So is that still a concern for you, or do you think, listen, we'll be fine?
I think, to answer your question, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
But I think that we're at a point in the season now where there's probably just about enough evidence for teams to take a look at Arsenal and games that they've played against teams like Burnley, and there's enough evidence to suggest how can we avoid that same thing happening, right? And I think this is a game that requires a lot of individual brilliance. This is the games that we bought Victor Gyökeres for, against the low blocks to run in behind.
Brilliant
This is the games that we bought Eze for, to, you know, when it's not going our way and it's a little bit scruffy, bit of individual brilliance, smack one in from a distance, or Saka. This is like I said for the fourth time in the same sentence, this is an individual brilliance game, I think, for us.
Okay,
it's a great point. It's a great point.
He's brought it down very well. Go on,
that's
man.
why he's here.
Yeah.
In this regard.
I was going to say, looking at Burnley's side, they're sat 16th right now. You mentioned about the relegation battle being a bit of a scrap. But just going through some of the Burnley players, I think are quite key. Obviously, their goalkeeper Dubravka, sorry, my bad. Kyle Walker there. He's obviously coming towards the end of his career. He's there.
He's been doing well for him though. I've seen him, he's been doing well.
I think the experience is showing for players like same like Granit Xhaka as well at Sunderland. Tuan Zabi, a very good player. Hartman, who's their fullback, I think, has got 2 assists as well recently as well. So he's been okay. Bron Larson, Ugochukwu, forgive me for my pronunciation, and Fleming as well. Fleming's a really good player as well. They've got good players. Yeah. Do you think the question that after going through their players and the point they have, the reason I've said that is because do you think they go down this season? We look at the promoted clubs, Sunderland doing well, Leeds actually doing not too bad, Burnley 16th, they're not in the relegation zone right now, there's teams that are worse than them. Do you think they stay up? Burnley by the end of this season? It's early to call, but...
Early to call, they'll be in the mix, I think.
But they're not nailed down.
Games like Saturday won't define whether they stay up or not.
No.
It's the games in and around them, and they've done well in those so far, beating Leeds.
Beating Sunderland, beating
Wolves. So they've got a fighting chance. If I was to put money on it, I think probably they've not got enough.
Okay.
That's what I would say, like, you know. But they've been here before, so they know what it's about. I think they've got a very, very good manager. You know, the board and all that are very, very supportive and everything.
You like Scott Parker, yeah? You like?
Well, I don't really like him. He's a ex-Spurs, you know what I mean? But like,
but he's not a bad man. You don't think he's too bad.
I didn't really like him in that McDonald's advert, no, you know what I mean? But bit cocky, wasn't he? Like, you know what I mean?
I wonder if he liked you on Channel 4 on the show.
Channel 5.
Channel 5, sorry, Channel 5, sorry.
Yeah, I think he probably would. Like, you know, but anyway. He's done a decent job.
Yeah.
I think, you know, give credit, like, you know, he took them over last season after what had happened, got relegated.
Yeah.
And then got them back up again with playing a little bit like Arsenal did, like hardly conceding any goals. It was a very, very hard team to beat. I remember watching them against Sheffield United last year, obviously because Tyrese was playing.
Yeah.
And they never looked like they was going to score, Sheffield United. Wow. So he's decent.
Sort of similar blueprint to Arteta as well. Like, you know, a good player, not a great player.
Fair.
Not someone that you probably expect to become a manager either, and sort of has done. And he's quite philosophical in his team talks as well, very heart-to-heart, intimate.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as good as Arteta as a gaffer, but sort of like same blueprint.
Yeah, I hear that. Let me read a stat quickly. Arsenal set a new English football record by becoming the first top-flight team to play 6 games in a single month and not concede 1 goal in any of them.
Incredible. It's an incredible stat.
Defensive numbers.
Didn't concede a goal in October. You know,
I've actually forgotten what it feels like.
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
I feel not going being like, oh.
I've lost that sort of noise. You know, the noise.
The last time we conceded.
Yeah, like.
What was the last time?
Newcastle.
Was the last time?
Newcastle. Bloody Walter Marder, the header. Someone told me that yesterday. I went, oh my days.
Yeah. That doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was.
No, it was.
We've only conceded 1 goal from open play.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That is
and
ridiculous.
It was the best striker on the planet.
Yeah. So listen, that's remarkable. You can't.
Mad, isn't it?
I don't think that's got the credit it deserves.
No, it hasn't.
Brighton should have had a couple last night.
Yeah,
but even still, but they didn't. I love all that. Like, yeah, they should have. They could have put a barrier chances, but they didn't. And Arsenal.
Maybe because of. Also, you have to think like that. The fella that was running through. I don't know who it was. like, you know. Maybe thinking that, it's the only chance I'm going to get, and it just snatches it a little bit because he didn't even hit the target.
No,
Do you think there's potentially a little bit of juju going on?
From where?
I don't know, like a little bit of black magic going on.
I don't know, whoever's cast it, I hope so. I hope it continues working. It's amazing. I think Arsenal defence has been phenomenal.
It's well worked. It's well worked.
Yeah,
it's
drilled.
It's drilled. Every player. It's not just the back 4, by the way, and the goalkeeper. The midfield players get into shape. And we get into shape very, very quickly as well. Like so, listen, it's a compliment to the whole squad and the coaching staff and everything like that. And what I liked about it yesterday, even though it was a League Cup tie and it's a cup game, you know, where goal difference doesn't matter and the clean sheets maybe like it's about getting through. There was still a desire to keep that clean sheet.
Yeah, they're passionate about it. They're proud of what they've achieved so far this season when it comes to defensive numbers. Even me, like. I go to games I watch Arsenal. I'd never give a flying monkeys about defensive, keeping a clean sheet ever. I'm a striker, like goals. That was my thing. So I didn't care about defensive numbers. Now I'm like, don't concede. I'm sitting in the stands saying that. I'm like, no, see out the game. And when we watched us play Brighton, it's funny. When we went up and he made the substitution, brought on like the Declan Rices of this world, I was like, we ain't conceding.
Can I make a point?
Gabriel Magalhaes, Rice, I said, the way he works, I said, we're not conceding.
I think Gabriel, my favourite moment from last night wasn't either of the goals. It was when Gabriel came on, the cheer from the crowd was unbelievable. And I don't know if you saw him, but we had a corner and we missed a chance, but we had another corner and Gabriel gave it that. Yeah. And I think, that for me was like a sort of epiphany for Gabriel. Because I think it made him realise just how loved he is at Arsenal and how important he is. Because he was sort of like the main character when he came on. Yeah. And for a defender to be the main character and not an attacker or a midfielder is so unique. And I think that moment I was like, oh my God, Gabriel is the man.
Yeah, I think he's starting to believe it. He's a senior. He wears the captain's armband every now and then as well now for Arsenal. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
And then, like when he was warming up yesterday, like the reception he got was bigger than anybody else's.
Was it? Serious?
Yeah.
Serious, yeah?
I genuinely
Well,
think
that is
last
mad.
night Gabriel realised just how important.
You're going to
he
be.
is
I
for
think
this
you
club.
go down in eventually as a cult.
He
He could be a legend.
Yeah, be a legend, but a cult legend as well. Do
So
know
you
what I
think
mean?
if we went on one thing going forward and Saliba stays, Saliba might get the I don't know that legend status,
Yeah.
but Gabriel will be
Get
the
the
one.
cult one,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'll get the It might flip, but I think
They come as a package, personally.
All right, well, as a package. Okay, let's get score predictions before we close off on the preview. Go on, Matt. You go.
I'm going to go with a nice and simple 2-0 again. I think I've done the same prediction in the last 4 games.
I'm going to go 2-0 as well.
That's what I've gone to.
Oh, bloody hell, we're exciting.
No, listen, that'd be a tough game up there. I'll tell you, you know, to come away with a 2-0 win would be good. Good little statement win, like, you know what I mean? Like, keep the clean sheets going, making sure that we're still hard to beat, but like going to a place where you're expected to win and win. Is a big thing.
Definitely. Well, listen, thank you, Matt Pincus. Thank you, lead judges. It is my birthday come Saturday, the 1st of November, when we take on Burnley. October has been a hella dream for us Gunners. We'll see you again soon. Take care.